Now we move to definition of management. Question: what is management? Try to give a definition of what is management. A management can be defined as a multi-purpose organ that manages business and manages managers and manages workers and work. This definition is given by Peter Drucker in his book, The Practice of Management. What can we understand from this definition? That management has multiple objectives. The first one, and the main important one, is to manage a business. A business is an organization. When we say business, equal organization, and we gave definition of organization before. This organization or this business is managed by a person. This person is called managers. Managers. So managers use management to manage their business. And they use it to manage workers and work. So in business, we have workers and work. Workers and work, they are managed by a person which called manager. And a manager uses management to manage his company. Another definition of management can be given. Management can be defined as an art, craft, science. The art is the vision, the creative, the insight. When we talk about art, art is the behavior of the person. Here, it's the manager. We don't all behave in the same way. The differences are in the culture, education, experience. So these variables will affect our way of communication, understanding, taking decision. These are all included in behavior. The second component of this definition is science. Management is all about numbers. Peter Drucker said, management is numbers. When we talk about numbers here, it's analysis. We need mathematics, we need statistics. The numbers will help a manager to take the decisions, to have a clear vision of his environment. So that's why we call it a science. We need psychology, we need statistics, we need computer science, we need geography. All these different sciences are used in how can we manage the company. That's why it's called science. Plus, nowadays, we can learn management in classrooms in different fields. The last component is craft. Craft equal experience. Practical. To be a manager, you need to practice to learn how to manage a business. And we gave before this slide a definition of business as a number of persons. So here the experience is how can you going to manage the persons, how you're going to manage your production. the experience. How are you going to deal with problems? There is a phenomenon called in management the déjà vu. Déjà vu. Déjà vu is when you're managing your company, you're facing some experiences others are old, others are new. With the time, you gain experience, and the déjà vu is gaining a huge parts of your taking decisions. So, anytime you're going to face a new challenge, you might get inspired by your old decisions, your old experience. That's what we call craft. So, management is a craft, science, and art. We cannot be manager, if you have never practiced management. And you cannot be a manager if you've learned management only on classrooms. You need theoretical parts, you need science, but you need craft. And a good manager is a manager who knows how to deal with his employee, how to communicate with them, how to get the information from them, and how the art comes into play. Art is your behavior. How are you going to behave with your employees, with your situations? So the three component art, science, and craft equal management. So the exercise is, can you give a activities according to each component, art, science, and crafts in management? The functions of management. One of the most known thinkers in management who gave the definition of management and the function of management, his name is Henri Fayol. He defined management and the function in his book Administration industrielle et générale. He wrote it in French. And he identified 5 functions of management, which he labeled them. First one, planning. Planning is about to fix objectives and how to reach them. Second one, organizing. Organizing work, it means defining the tasks of each job. Number 3, commanding. Commanding is taking decision, communication, leadership, and motivation. It means how are you going to manage people inside your company? Coordination. Coordination, it is the function to coordinate between different functions. And one of the most interesting definition of coordination is defining the task of each job with the output of the first task is going to be the input of the next task. And also we can coordinate through the formal communication by reporting or direct coordination, which is called supervising. The last one is controlling. Controlling means compare what we have achieved with what we have planned and define the differences. These are the 5 functions of management defined by Henry Fayol in and to now. All companies keep applying the 5 functions to manage their companies. The first function of management is planning, like we have seen before. Question. Try to define the action as planification. Write any idea you have in mind about planning. Idea or words. You have 2 minutes. I'll try to give a definition of what is a planification. To plan is to forecast, but trying to predict the future of a company by setting objectives and how to achieve them. So in this definition, you can see that I've colored the keywords of this definition, which are forecast and predict. Forecast and predict. Try to search for the word forecast. Try to search for the word predict. Once you made research for it, forecast and prediction are the 2 words who can define well a planification in a company. Fayol's first name given to planification was forecasting. Forecasting is trying to define or to know or to predict the future. But when we want to predict the future, we cannot just predict it intuitively. We have to get information about the past of the company or the markets, the present, to forecast for the future. So forecasting is the prediction of what is going to happen for our company or what do we want to be. And the objective of forecasting and the prediction is setting objectives and try to achieve them. What is an objective? Try to define what is an objective. Write down all the words that you can know about the definition of objective. Objectives can be defined with the word of SMART. SMART. SMART in English means clever, but in management is an acronym, SMART. S is for specific. I had to specify the goal or the objective. M, measurable. Select your indicators for success, including dates and quantitative feedbacks. We call them indicators or KPI. A, attainable. Assure your goals are achievable with the parameters or available resources. I have to set objectives according to my resources. Relevant. Will your goals contribute to your value and overachieving the mission of the company? Last one is time based. Set an end date. We call them deadlines for your objective. It means after a year, I have to define with a specific objective, with a specific KPI, comparing according to my resources. This objective, they have to create value to my company, and I have to define an end for my objective. The second function of management is organizing, the action to organize work. What does it mean, organization? Try to answer this question. What is organization and how we organize work? To answer to this question, I will give you a simple way to define organization. You write down all the WH questions that you know in English.
What, how, who, when, with. What to do. What is the task that I have to do to organize my work? And the all the tasks, they're going to give me a function or an activity. How to do it? I have to define the way of accomplishing the task. Who is in charge? Who is in charge? It's not the person as a person, but the qualities needed in the person, the degrees, the experience, the competence. When to do it? I have to define when, timing of the action to establish. With what to do it? I need to know and define the resources needed to organize my work or to do the task. So in organization, I have to know what I have to do, how can I do it, who is going to do it, when is going to do it, and with what is he going to do it.